Hey, yo, what's going on right now? You're watching Casino is the Name, and in this video, we're gonna talk about doctorate degrees. Now, why we're gonna talk about doctorate degrees? Well, recently, I kind of just briefly contemplated getting my PhD. Just briefly, just ever so slightly. And the information that I received after doing the investigation and talking to colleges and things like that about getting my PhD made me decide that I had to do this video, because this video I feel like is warranted. I feel like it's necessary, okay? So I was thinking about getting my PhD. Now, full transparency, I have an associate's degree in healthcare management from the Community College of the Air Force, and I have a bachelor's degree from Southwestern College in Winfield, Kansas, okay? And that degree, of course, is like in accounting, but I do not have a master's degree, and I definitely do not have a doctorate. So I was thinking about, yes, going forward and trying to get my doctorate. Why? Thought about, having doctor in front of my name would be cool, or just to have the highest level degree that you can have. And so, here I am starting to do research, just trying to see what doctorate program that I can get accepted to. Now, I know I only have a bachelor's degree, and most people think, well, are you going to go for your master's? No, I wasn't planning on going for my master's. I want to go straight to the PhD. Now, this is why I had to make this video. The information that I received from several colleges about going into a PhD program, I found fascinating, okay? Now, PhD, outside of maybe being a professor, it really doesn't have a whole lot of value in the workplace. Master's degree, you're a master of, if you get a master's in something, you're pretty much as high as the practical education really takes you, right? When it comes to gainful employment and things like that. Now, unless you were trying to be a medical doctor or something like that, or something that required you have a doctorate, mostly PhDs are only good for teaching, for the most part. Don't sue me, it's not my fault, okay? I'm just telling you, okay? So it wasn't really for work. I wasn't getting my PhD to help me get a better job or anything like that. But I was thinking that it would be very interesting to have that doctorate, just to have a doctorate. I don't know. I got bored, I guess, and so I started doing research. And when I spoke to some colleges, first thing I want to know is, hey, what's the fastest doctorate that I can get? What is the shortest route to getting my doctorate? And even the school that I researched to find was possibly the shortest program, they all still said, well, you still have to finish your master's degree. And I know some of you may be thinking, this seems to be regular. What's the big deal? Everybody knows you got to finish your master's degree to go into your doctorate program. And what I don't think that people realize is you don't have to go get a master's degree in order to finish or to get a doctorate. Now, PhD maybe, but let's say there are three types of doctorates, right? There's the Juris Doctorate, there's the MD, medical doctor, and then there's, of course, the PhD. And so let's say law school, right? To get your Juris Doctorate, you can go straight from your undergrad into law school, right? And you can go straight from your undergrad into medical school, right? So if we looked at the amount of years, right? So when I talked to the PhD program, they said that the master's degree, it's about 2 years, and then the PhD is about 4 years, give or take, about 4 years. So I'm thinking, okay, so you got to get your undergrad, and you got to get your master's. Let's say everybody, you have to get your bachelor's degree. So if you're going to go 4 years, get your bachelor's degree, and 3 years to get your Juris Doctorate, to law school, right? That's 7 years total. So then it's like, okay, if I go straight to medical school, you go straight to medical school, straight through, back undergrad 4 years, and then medical school, you're looking at medical school being 4 years. So that's 8 years. If you wanted to get your PhD, which has the least practical use of all of these doctorates, it will take you 4 years undergrad, 2 years master's, and then another 4 years in your doctorate program. PhD takes longer than an MD. PhD takes longer than law school. And it has almost no practical use. This almost makes no sense, right? Well, does it make any sense? So I started doing more research and speaking to people about it. And some people feel like PhD has like some usage. You know, I mean, you could write research. I mean, it depends on what you're doing. You know, maybe if you're doing like biology, you're like a biologist or something like that. Maybe, you know, maybe, I don't know, maybe. But that process just doesn't, they need to have a straight bachelor's to PhD, but almost every PhD program I spoke to said you have to go get a master's degree. And almost no law school says that you have to get your master's degree. And almost no medical school says that you have to get your master's degree. So what are we doing? PhD programs, what are you doing? Okay? I can be a medical doctor faster than I can get a philosophy degree to teach a class history in college. This makes no sense. This is not making any sense. You know, with a medical degree, I can make $400,000-$500,000 a year, $1 million, depending on what you're doing. I can make $400,000-$500,000 easy with an MD. And that's like a dime a dozen. There's plenty of doctors making that. It's not a lot of PhDs making that teaching, okay? It doesn't make sense. I can become a lawyer faster than I can get my PhD. This is crazy. 3 years. I could have been working in profession as a lawyer. So the question that I had was, for myself, what is the fastest doctorate program that I can complete? And now you may say, well, if you get your Juris Doctorate and you become a lawyer, you're not a doctor. You don't have doctor on the front of your name. You're an Esquire. But the fastest doctorate would be Juris Doctorate. Go become a lawyer. That would be the fastest. So if I were to tell anybody, hey, you want to start your life out and you're like, hey, I want to get a doctorate, I would send them, if just doctorate is their focus, go to law school. Go get your undergrad in whatever, basket weaving, I don't care, and then apply to law school, get accepted to law school, get high LSAT scores, get good grades, go to law school, you'll be finished in 7 years versus 10 years for a PhD that you like. And trust me, once you have a Juris Doctorate, once you're a lawyer, you're just as good as anybody else. Any other doctorate is just as good. I'm just saying. And then even shorter is a medical degree. How is a medical degree shorter than a PhD? This is just not making any sense. A PhD in history is going to take me longer than becoming a medical doctor or finishing medical school. This is crazy. All right? Anyway, I just want to come on here and talk to you guys about that because I learned a lot of information. Right now, you're watching Casino is the Name. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and we out.